This is Lauren Fogelman, Coach of Champions with ExpertSportsPerformance.com, working with high-achieving athletes, coaches, and teams for winning results. Today's topic is why some athletes cheat. Deflategate has brought cheating into the headlines of the news. The New England Patriots and their quarterback Tom Brady now have to defend themselves as to whether they intentionally underinflated the footballs. The bottom line is athletes, especially high-performing athletes, they're encouraged to do whatever it takes to win. But there's a reason why some athletes interpret that as shortcuts and cheating. A lot of it has to do with the hierarchy as well as the environment that they're in, the culture of the team. So I want to take a look at what sets one team culture up for cheating as opposed to others. The first one is commodity. The business of sports makes athletes a commodity. The more wins, the better your numbers, the more dollars and revenue for the team owner. If you're not hitting those numbers, you're at risk of getting traded or losing your contract. After that, hierarchy. Similar to the military, it's a top-down culture. So athletes aren't on an even playing field with the head coach or the team owner. If there's something going on, they might not speak out just because of where they are in the pecking order. Next has to do with emphasis. When emphasis is placed on time, score, and winning as opposed to effort and productivity, then that puts more pressure on athletes. Those things are totally important, but a lot of times those things are just out of your control. So that's when the pressure is on and athletes are more likely to look for shortcuts in order to hit the times, hit their numbers, and win more. Next is accountability. The larger the team, the less any one athlete takes individual responsibility for when things aren't going right. So size does matter. Larger teams, less individual personal responsibility. Football teams are large. And if something's off, there's less likelihood that someone's going to actually speak out because nobody wants to be seen as a whistleblower. There's repercussions to speaking out when nobody else is. So accountability and the size of the team makes a big difference as to whether anybody speaks up or everybody stays quiet. And then finally, tired. At the end of the season, you've performed a lot. You've been doing a lot. Your body's probably hurt. It's tired. When you're tired, you're not on top of your game. Your thinking starts to shift. And that's when you're more likely to look for some of those shortcuts as opposed to possibly taking the higher road. You're more likely to cave into the pressure of saying yes when you might really want to say no instead. So those are some of the things that set athletes up for cheating. And the other thing that's really interesting is a lot of times cheaters are proud of the fact that they were able to get away with something without getting caught. It's a way that they're able to justify their actions, and doing it the first time sets them up to do it again and again. There's a little bit of an edge, some excitement as to, will I get caught or not? So here's your challenge. Where do you think you're cutting corners or taking shortcuts? And whether you get caught or not, what are the consequences? I encourage you to take the higher road, turn it around, whether everybody's doing it or not. I understand that you want it to be fair, and that might be your reason for doing it, but it's just a thinking error. It's a justification